All right, all systems go. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. We got a full house on our Monday. Lay back, relax. We're going to tune in and get ourselves turned on. Tune in and turn on. That is something that I picked up. That terminology is something that I picked up from an interesting training that I did years ago. And then it came up the other day. I saw a quote kind of statement from Timothy Leary, and I was like, "What does that name sound familiar?" So I didn't know that he said that, but he was pretty instrumental in the 60s and 70s with Ram Dass. Everybody's probably heard his name and his influence in that time with mindfulness and psychedelics. Anyway, so as you're laying back, tune in. Take some deep breaths. Notice how you're feeling. Notice what you're feeling. And as you're breathing in and out, really try to put yourself in this frame of mind where everything and anything that you're healing and feeling is like, ah, to be in awe, to be in awe of feeling the breath entering the body and the sound that it's making, to be in awe of maybe even any sounds that you might be hearing, to be in awe of any sensations that you're feeling in your body without judgment, without competition. Isn't that interesting? And if you have the opportunity today to get out and get in nature and try to tune in to the nature that's around you, in awe. As we tune in, becoming aware of this energy body that resides within us. So as we're breathing, we're feeding that consciously. Inhale, watch the chest rise. Exhale, watch it fall. And as you're breathing in and out, if there's anything that you need to release, breathe out through your mouth. You could breathe out through your mouth and make a sigh to let it out. You could breathe out through your mouth like you're breathing out through a straw. Make the HA ha sound out through the mouth. Subject came up with in one of my live classes last week, like, which way do you breathe? Is it all right to breathe through your mouth? So energetically, just know that if you are a mouth breather for some reason, you can't, sometimes my nose is obstructed and has inflammation and I have to mouth breathe. Sometimes it's a sign for your brain that, like if you're running, you're going to be mouth breathing because your body needs more oxygen, but it sends that sign to your brain that you're in fight or flight when there's mouth breath. So that's why in yoga we're coached to breathe in and out through the nose. because that's calming. That's getting us into our parasympathetic state. So the conduit to that would be then, like if you're trying to release something, you're going to breathe out through the mouth and let it out through the mouth. So again, anything that you have to release. Otherwise, we keep the lips closed and we keep the energy circulating through the nose and into the body to hold on to more of it. We want to fill this energy bank with our prana today. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Breathe in and fill up anything that your body is needing today. What do you need a little more of today? Let that come to your consciousness, energy, vitality. Be careful wishing for strength. Sometimes that makes things harder, like weightlifting. Freedom, peace. All of those bring us into a sense of unlayering and releasing, so our body and our mind can be at peace and be relaxed. As you're exhaling, letting go of anything that is not serving you. Letting go of the past, not moving too far into the future, staying more into the present moment. Give yourself permission to stay here as long as you like this morning on your filling station. Remember when we used to call gas stations filling stations? Maybe we still do. Your yoga mat, your filling station, filling yourself up. Begin to turn the head from side to side. Wiggle the fingers and toes if you're ready. Just start to feel the energy moving. You might circle your wrists and circle your thumbs. With your hands lying out to the side, maybe you rotate through the forearms, placing your palms down, placing your palms up, so you get some rotation through your elbow. Maybe you start to swish the feet from side to side so that you feel your heels, so that you feel that swishing sensation and movement all the way up to your hips. See what that feels like. Feet wag from side to side. Maybe you feel that in your lower back, a nice little massage through the lower back. Raise the arms over the crown of the head and lengthen the body all the way out. Stretch one arm longer than the other. Oh my goodness, that feels so good. Stretch one leg longer than the other. Celebrate this morning body. Celebrate the breath. And if you like here, maybe start to make some, if you will, snow angels on the floor. If you've got some room, just sweep those arms over the head and back down to the side, moving the shoulders. And if you can do it, maybe even the legs. And if two legs at the same time doesn't feel okay, then maybe it's one leg at a time out to the side. Just getting some movement. And relax those arms out to the side, relax those legs, and just take a moment to pause. So, as we pause, just think to yourself, I'm filling myself back up. I'm coming back into recognition. Feel the body. And then we can start with knees bent and your feet on the floor, or you can keep your legs out long, whatever feels comfortable. And one leg at a time, let's just bring one leg at a time into the body and circle the hip around before you place the foot back down on the floor. Or if it feels all right, maybe the bottom leg is nice and long. So, really up to you. Bent knee or long leg. Just to begin to move the hip, the thigh, massage the lower back. Take a moment while you have the leg drawn into your body to circle your ankle and wiggle your toes. No rush, no hurry. We're just feeling. Got lots of cracks. So, as we're starting to move all of our stuff, we're lubricating all of our joints. So important. I know I've said this before in practice. I want to keep all my original parts. Someone said this the other day. A relative had back surgery and they've never been the same. It's really not always about the bones. It's about the muscles and everything attached to the bones and the stress. So when we can loosen all of that up, the body is for the better. Once you start adding rods and trimming and slicing on your bones, never good. But every doctor knows what they know, what they've been taught, and a surgeon knows how to do that. All right, let's hold the right leg in and bend and straighten from the knee now. So, really working on alignment of how the bones and how the body is lined up. That's going to help you to take away some of the wear and tear on the joints by making sure that things are lined up properly. Bend and straighten, circle. And let's do one also for the knee by bringing the lower leg parallel to the floor. And then, like your big toe is a pencil, you're going to draw a circle, moving it in both directions. So we'll give our ligaments and our tendons a little movement here. Now let's rehearse our spinal twist while we're on this side. So open and close that right hip. Across maybe a little bit, outer thigh stretch. So not a full spinal twist unless your body says, yeah, I want it. It's okay. Then go over a little bit more. Open it up to the right so you get a nice inner thigh and groin stretch. And if you want to, go ahead and give yourself permission to come into supine fallen tree pose, letting that right knee fall out to the side. Or you can continue to move it. Or if you are needing that spinal twist, then let the right leg come across. So wherever you want to pause, take a moment to pause wherever that is. And if you're like, oh, I want to pause in all of those places, then take a couple breaths here and then move into that other pose. Whatever one you didn't do. Breathe in, breathe out. Stay long enough in each one that you really feel yourself melting and softening around it. Relaxing and softening around it. Can you do less work? Couple more breaths wherever you are. When you're ready, let's go back to straightening both legs out on the floor. Swish the hips from side to side. Extend the arms over the crown of the head. Take a big stretch here. And then let's do the left side. So the right knee can be bent with the foot on the floor, or the right leg can be extended. Draw the left leg in, give it some circles. And then extend it up to the sky. And bend. Exhale. Check in with your neck and your face and your shoulders. Circle your ankle, wiggle your toes. Again, get everything lined up. Bending at the knee, bringing that lower leg parallel. Draw some circles in both directions. Moving the leg in and out. Open up inner thigh out to the side. Bring it across. Gentle spinal twist. A nice rehearsing of this movement with center and abduction, moving it away. Also getting into that low back. Maybe you feel it across there as well. And then feel your way on this side. Would you like to hold it open into supine fallen tree pose? Would you like to start with a spinal twist? Whatever it is you like. Breathe in and breathe out. Three to five breath cycles here, checking in. And then do whichever one you haven't done. So if you started with your tree pose, then move into spinal twist. You started with spinal twist, move into tree pose. Listening to your longing. What does your body want to feel? When you're ready, come back to the center. Pause in our beginning resting pose. Scanning your body from the top of your head all the way down to your toes. Relaxing through the shoulder blades. Let's do one more on our mat. Drawing the knees into the belly, wrapping the arms around the shin bones or back behind the backs of the thighs. Gently rock from side to side. Massage it around. Massaging low belly and the hips. Exhale, draw your knees in. Inhale, push your knees away. Exhale, draw your knees in. And you're also using your arms and your elbows. And then let's row, row, row your boat. Circle the knees out wide, row the arms, get the shoulders moving as well. Reverse that row in both directions. Give yourself a great big juicy hug as much as you can. Wrap those arms around your legs. Bring your forehead up to meet your knees. Take a big stretch through the upper back and the neck. And release down one vertebrae at a time. Lower the feet. Little pelvic tilt here. Draw the tailbone up to the sky. Pull the pubic bone up, shortening this area between your belly button and your pubic bone, and release. So just notice that your low back gets a little bit longer here. Engaging in those core muscles, lengthening through your neck. And when you're ready, let's roll over to the side. Take your time to come on up. Let's feel this channel of our body through the top of the head all the way down to the tailbone, sitting comfortably here. My sinuses are like, okay, let's get it going here. So let's relax the shoulders down away from the ears, lengthen through the neck, engage through the core, draw the chin to the chest. Exhale, lift the face up to the sky, opening up the throat. I want to help my sinuses here. I want to help my lymphatic system, giving the throat a little pump. Remember that your nose, your throat, your mouth, your tonsils, all of these are the body's, besides the skin, is our body's first line of defense to the outside world. So we want to help to clear that out by drawing chin to chest, milking the throat, opening all of this up. Draw your chin to your chest, and then let's make a smiley face on our chest, drawing a line across the chest from shoulder to shoulder. And as you bring your chin to your shoulder, maybe even look up a little bit more to the sky, bringing a little more movement through your neck. All right, you got a pencil on the tip of your nose. Let's draw a circle out in front of the body in both directions. Oh, feels good. And as you come back to the center, release the hands down to the side. Let's draw the shoulders up to meet the ears and then lengthen down. Really think about what your shoulder blades are doing as they're lifting up and down, and really massaging through your upper back using your bones. Massaging here through the neck. You've got a lot of lymph nodes down the back of the neck that go into the traps and the tops of the shoulders. So we're massaging all of that. Circle it around and back and down. Circle it up and forward and around. If you want to, reverse the cross in your legs, and let's continue with seated cat and cow. Exhale, round, draw chin to chest. Inhale, extend and lift if it feels all right. Extend the arms back behind the body, opening the chest. Exhale, round. Draw that tailbone under. Remember that little pelvic tilt. Elongate. My sinuses are starting to feel better already. Everything's blooming now. Good and bad. One more time. We're going to hold to the center and get a little deeper in our upper body. Arms out to the side. Bring your right arm in front of the body and your left arm up above the elbow. Drop that right shoulder down away from your ear. You might hold right here and lift and lower. You might wrap the arms like ropes, trying to twist through the elbows and through the wrist, trying to get the palms together. If that doesn't work, knuckles together on each side, the back of the hands. And then wherever you are with that, just lift and lower. Draw the elbows down so far that maybe you could see over the tips of your fingers. Breathe in and out. Nice massage through that upper back. Oh, I feel a sneeze. Something's getting worked up in the lungs. Yeah, we're massaging the backside of the lungs too. Breathe in and out. Hold those elbows down. Inhale, stretch the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the arms out to the side. Lengthen away. Arms out to the side, letter T. Bring the left arm across, the right elbow up. Draw that left shoulder down and away. Wrap. So this is good compression for the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists, all the major joints in the upper body. This eagle arm pose. Stretch up. And take a moment to reflect. Does one side have a little more ease than the other side? Are we tighter on one side than the other? Just to notice, to be an observation. And when you can, hold it down, breathe here, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, release, stretch the arms up to the sky, hands on the knees, and circle about. Move it all around, stirring the pot. This movement with the upper body reminds me of a mixer. Mixing it all up. So your shoulders and your arms become the blades of the mixer, right? All the way around. Warming up and massaging the belly and the waist. And our hips are just being stabilizers right now as they're opening up and stretching. Switch the cross in the legs whenever you're ready, and let's just continue to do this little stirring, this kundalini stirring of the energy in the midsection. You notice your breath changing at all? Just noticed a little hint of change. Bring it to the center. Relax and pause for a moment. Gather it all in with the breath, filling yourself up all the way up to the top of the head. And letting it go. We are going to stand today, but before we stand, let's stretch the legs out. Find the sits bones. And we'll do a little folding here with the straight legs. Inhale, stretch up to the sky. Exhale, reach for the soles of the feet. Knees are slightly bent. Lengthen through the spine. Lift the chest, the heart, the chin, the face. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, rise up to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands back behind the back. Open up, chest, shoulders. Option to ground through the feet and lift the hips. Inhale. Exhale, lower yourself down. Let's do that just a couple more times. Slight bend to the knees. Inhale. Exhale as you hinge forward. Keep the spine nice and long. Stay for an inhale. Exhale, melt it down a little bit deeper if that feels okay. Inhale, stretch up to the sky. Exhale, hands behind the back. Inhale to open. Choose your opening. Lower down, and one more time. We're connecting upper body and lower body together. Inhale. Exhale, lean forward, long spine. Inhale one more time. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, reach back. Inhale, open. Exhale, lower. Let's spin ourselves around, finding our way into child's pose or puppy pose. And wherever you are with this, we're going to rock ourselves forward and back, coming up into cow and back into puppy pose, resting on the forearms, sitting the booty up nice and high, or all the way back into child's pose. Inhale. Exhale. So just a gentle rocking movement forward and back with breath. Extending through the throat. Stretching back through those glutes. And also through the shoulders. Whenever you're ready, rest back in child's pose or puppy pose for a few breaths, letting the arms go, the hands go, the fingers go, tops of the feet if you can, melt the belly if you can. Taking a moment to just collect the breath. And then when you're ready, let's come up to all fours. We're going to find our way up to our feet, whatever that looks like for you. Take your time to support your hands on your legs and roll yourself all the way up to a standing position. When you get to your feet, let's just get acquainted with the standing body. Shake everything out a little bit. Hands, feet, ankles, finding your posture, your neck, your heart. Let's do a little more vigorous shaking with the hands, arms flapping around, shoulders, neck, feet, ankles. If you need to, have a chair nearby or a wall, something you can grab. Maybe we take a longer stretch through the top of the foot, moving that around a little bit. Some circles. And the other side, if that feels comfortable. You don't have to have your foot down. You could do it in the air. Some air circles. Let's find our center, getting our eyes gazing forward. Everything lined up, shoulders, hips, knees, ankles, center of the foot. Breathe in, breathe out. And let's do some standing flow. Inhale, fingertips to touch. Soften the knees. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Letting the body dangle here. Grab your elbows. Maybe bend your knees right and left. How do the hips feel? Tuck the belly in, pull the pelvic floor in. My sinuses are going, hey, I don't like this. I know it, but we're going to feel better. So we're just turning the body upside down and right side up, getting some flow. It's like you become a human plunger. Bring your hands to your shins or in front of your toes. Halfway lift, inhale, gaze to the tip of your nose. Exhale, release, coming closer to your toes. Reverse swan dive, pull your belly button in. Inhale all the way up to the sky, gaze up. Bring knuckles to the small of the back. Firm the thighs, squeeze the buttocks, open up. See if you can touch your elbows together back there. See, sinuses, I told you, everything would be all right. Inhale, stretch up to the sky. Reach over, grab that left wrist. Bring your toes and heels together to kiss each other. And let's take it over to the left. Inhale back up to the sky. Exhale to the other side. Inhale back up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Come back into mountain pose. Breathe in and out. Feel any clearing. Breathe into this body in awe. And let's begin again. Inhale to rise. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Hang out here. Bend your knees right and left. Shake your head, yes and no. Support your arms on your thighs or that chair. Pull the belly button in. Bring your hands to your shins or in front of your toes. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, let it go. Reverse swan dive, inhale. Coming into our standing camel pose. Exhale, hands on the small of the back. If you prefer, do the cactus arms. Open up that heart. Inhale to rise. Reach over. Grab that right wrist, bring it over to the left. Inhale back to the center. Exhale over to the other side. Now, as you come back to the center, let's bring the arms back along the sides of the body, and we're going to challenge that side movement. You could start with your hands on your waist. Now, your legs can be together, or you're going to cross that leg, your back leg. We'll start with the right behind, and then lift that right arm up to the sky. Come back to the center, and then switching sides. Left foot goes behind the right. Use your chair out in front of your body if you got one. Bring it back. Let's do this a couple more times. Working on balance, a little bit of balance, a little bit of side stretch. Take your time. So if you got to slow down a little bit, this is a QiGong movement. I think they call it like soaring like an eagle. Let's take your time with it. Another thing that this is really good for is stimulating the liver. So we're getting a nice little side bend, giving that liver a hug from behind. Take it one more time on each side. And then as you come back to the center, let's pause. Remember, there is no right or wrong. Breathe in and out. And let's take flow. Inhale, stretch up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. One more time, bending and straightening the knees. Shake the head out, yes and no. And let's hold this into a twist, straightening the right leg, bending the left. Your left hand can be in front of your left toes, or that arm can rest on your left thigh. Bring your right arm up to the sky, or back behind the back in the left hip pocket. Open it up. Exhale, fold, and switch sides. Straightening the left, bending the right, right fingertips in front of the right toes or out to the side of the left toes, or resting to modify. Bring that arm up to the sky, your left arm, or back behind the back into your right hip pocket, taking your face up to the sky. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, inhale, gaze to the tip of the nose. Exhale, let it go. Reverse swan dive, inhale. Exhale, standing camel with cactus arms or supporting on the low back. They both feel great. Inhale, rise. One more side bend, and you can choose to cross the foot in front or in back. Inhale back to the center, over to the other side. Inhale back to the center, hands to your heart. Rest the arms in mountain. Get your gaze and breathe. Everything feeling just a little more flowy. Letting your breath rinse through your body. from the top of the head all the way down to your toes. Let's do one more standing QiGong movement before we hit the floor. You're going to bring your arms out here in front of your body, kind of like you're holding or rocking a baby with your arms. Feet are a little bit wider, or you can take a horse stance here. So if you're taking horse stance, let's get the legs warmed up, taking them a little bit wider. If you want to turn so that your body is on the long end of your mat, like mine is. And so you might be in a high horse, a medium horse, or a lower horse. You can work with that. Or again, if the feet are just hip distance apart and just comfortable here. So we're going to start with just working this on one side of the body. Let's start with the right arm. And you're going to push out in front and across over to the left. Eyes focusing on the fingers. Bring the arm all the way up to the sky, bringing it back behind your back. And then as you get your arm parallel behind you, you're going to turn your wrist down, your fingers down, and scoop up to come back to center. And then again, letting the arms rest here like you're holding or rocking a baby. Let's do that on your left side. Push across, follow the fingers with your eyes all the way up to the sky, back behind you. Arm comes parallel, fingers point down, scoop some energy up and bring it back to center. Right side, push. Sweep up to the sky. Draw it back and around, scoop it up. So again, whatever you like with your lower body, take your time. Push out, exhale. Inhale, circle sweep. Exhale, bring it around. Inhale to center, draw it in. Exhale, push. Inhale, circle sweep. Get as much stretch as you like. Bring it around. So we're stable with the lower body and circulating some energy with the upper body. And this becomes a moving meditation. Noticing if the mind should stray away from breath or movement or the drawing in of energy. So as you're bringing it around and coming back into the center, I like to think about just holding this energy right here in the front of my body, bringing it in before I begin again. Exhale, push. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, draw it in. The fascinating thing about this movement, when you're reaching your arm up to the sky, it's almost as if you're painting the sky. So again, bring to mind that thought of awe. If you can ever do this outside and just be fascinated by the pathway of your eyes to the fingers in the sky and nature all around you. Exhale. Wherever you are, do one more time on each side. Take your time if your legs are wide to bring the legs back together. Release the hands down to the side. Gather up some energy. Toes and heels together. Bring those hands down the midline of the body as you exhale. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, stretch up to the sky. Exhale, bring it down. And one more. And as we finish, the hands will rest on the lower belly below the belly button. Right hand first, left hand on top. Inhale, stretch up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Wrap your arms around the backs of your legs. Give yourself a juicy hug. Kiss your knees. Breathe in, breathe out. Shake the head out, yes and no. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, come down to hands and knees. Find your way down to your back. Drawing the knees into the belly when you get there. Gently rocking and circling. Breathe in and out. Lowering the legs to the floor. Cross your right ankle over your left. Gently massaging the hips from side to side. I never get tired of the way this one feels. Breathe in and out. Now you can also rock from side to side across that grounded foot, from the outside edge of the foot to the inside edge of the foot. And when you come to center, let's move through this a little bit. Exhale, drawing that left foot off the floor, extending it up to the sky, and then inhaling, lowering it down. Exhale, draw it in and extend. Inhale, bend and lower. Exhale. Little moving meditation here with our breath. Now you can continue to move, or if you're ready, you can hold. You can hold the knee in, or you can hold with the leg extended up to the sky, whatever you like. Check back in with your shoulders, your neck, your face. Breathe. Hold on behind the back of your right ankle, extending your left leg out on the floor. Breathe in and out. Release that right leg to the sky. Hold behind the back of the right leg. Exhale, draw your forehead up, engage core muscles. Inhale to lower down. Let's do that a couple more times. And release. Slowly take your time to lower that right leg all the way down. Keep the belly button pulled in. Stretch your arms over the crown of the head, lengthening one arm at a time, one leg at a time. Rock it out a little bit. And release. Bend the knees. Right foot is grounded. Left ankle crosses over the right thigh. And let's rock and roll side to side. Wherever you bring your attention is where the energy goes. So you could focus on your upper back. You could focus on your lower back and your hips. You could focus on the foot, or a little bit in all of those places. Where do you feel? Where would you like to feel? Where do you need to feel? Hold it to the center, adjust head, neck, and shoulders. Bring the right foot off the floor. Exhale, extend it up to the sky. Exhale, inhale to lower it. So let's really try to lengthen our exhales and our inhales. And your body may feel a sense of, like I got some stuff to let go of. So, like we talked about in the beginning of our practice, maybe you're exhaling out through your mouth. If you're conserving and saving up energy, let's keep the breath moving in and out through the nose. Whenever you're ready, hold that upward stretch with the leg extended or the knee bent, whatever you need. Check back in, face, shoulders, neck. Hold on to the left ankle and extend the right leg out on the floor. Left leg extending up to the sky. Hold behind the back of the thigh. Exhale, bring your upper body up. Draw your belly button in. Inhale to lower. And a couple more of those. Release the leg down nice and slow. Take your time. And stretch. Arms above the head, legs all the way out. Let's move into spinal twist. Take your choice, one leg at a time, or maybe the feet are on the floor and the legs fall to the right. Maybe the left leg rests on top of the right. However you want to feel this twist, honor that. A complete hug of the body from the top of the head all the way down to the tailbone. Tuning into this body so that we can turn ourselves on, have lots of energy in this day. And it's not necessarily to get more work done. but to just be in it. Sometimes when we're low energy, all we want to do is hide under the covers. So if we're just cultivating and storing up this energy so we can actually be in our life today in all the ways, taking that twist over to the other side whenever you're ready. Bring it in. Storing up this energy to be in our day, to be present in all of our moments. And whenever you're ready, just find your way into your final resting pose and whatever that might look like for you today. And as you settle into that, I'm going to read to you this morning. So take your time to get nice and snuggly. Get my eyes focused here. And for today, June 26th, the reading is entitled The Gift of Prayer. Prayer is not asking. It is a longing of the soul. It is daily admission of one's weakness. And so it is better in prayer to have a heart without words than words without a heart. That is a quote by Gandhi. This great spiritual teacher reminds us that prayer of the deepest kind is more a pledge of gratitude for what has already been received than a request or plea for something not yet experienced. Such an effort refreshes the soul. Implicit in Gandhi's instruction is the need to surrender to our lives here on earth. By admitting our weaknesses, we lay down all the masks we show the world, and as we do so, what is holy floods in. I once saw a blind man rocking endlessly in the sun, an unstoppable smile on his face. Not a word was uttered. To me, he was a priest, a shaman, and his whole being was praying and shouting in silence that the day beyond his blindness was happily enough. This is what the heart knows beyond all words. If we can find a way to listen, that beyond our small sense of things, a magnificent light surrounds us, more than anyone could ask for. This is what prayer as gratitude can open to us. As you lie here, center yourself, and as you breathe, close your eyes and cease all asking. Breathe with gratitude for the air. Relax and feel your frailties and imperfections, and let the simple air fill them. Breathe deeply and slowly, and from your tender, imperfect insides, ask for nothing and give nothing. Just feel without words for your soul's place in the fabric of things. Cease all asking. Simply breathe with gratitude for the air. Please give yourself permission to stay as long as you like. If you feel ready, begin to take some gentle movement, some deeper swallows of breath, and find your way to your seat. Moving the mind into these places that keep it centered in the moment is always challenging because our mind does what it's supposed to do. It's thinking, it's trying to figure things out. Taking those moments to notice when the mind strays, bring ourselves back into center, back into gratitude. I love the way that sounds. Cease all asking. Breathe with gratitude for this air. Be in awe. Bring your hands together. If you're wearing glasses, take your glasses off. Let's make some heat, some energy with our hands. Place them over those eyes. Let's soothe our eyes and our brain. Soothe your mind. Bringing hands back to heart center. The light within me honors and bows to the light within you. Namaste.